Hi everyone. In this video we will see examples of uh, uh, groups. Before looking into examples of groups, some definitions of uh, related to group we will see. Now let us see what is the definition of binary operation. An operation star is said to be binary operation on a non-empty set S if for any a comma b in S the result a star b is also in S. In other words, the binary operation star is a mapping defined on S, that is S from S cross S to S. So the meaning of this is that if you take any two elements in a non-empty set S, the result obtained from A star B should also be in S. So examples of binary operation are, now take S is equal to n, set of natural numbers, and the operation star as plus. So it happens that plus is binary operation on the set of natural numbers, because if you take any two natural numbers and if you add them, the result will also be in the set of natural numbers. Hence the operation plus is also a binary operation. If you take star equal to multiplication, usual multiplication, and the set is the set of natural numbers, then you take any two natural numbers and multiply them, the result will also be in the set of natural numbers. Hence star is binary operation on the set of natural numbers. Now let us take star as usual subtraction and the set as a set of natural numbers. So now in this case we take any two natural numbers and subtract from one from other, the result may not be in the set of natural numbers. For example, if you take a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 1, so the result a minus b is 2, which is in natural numbers. But if you take a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, so a minus b is minus 1, which is not in the set of natural numbers. So some cases it happens that the result is in set of natural numbers, but in some cases the result is not in the set of natural numbers. But to conclude minus is binary operation, we should have for any two elements in that set, if you take a star b, should be in that set. So because of that, in some situations where it happens that the result is not in set of natural numbers, like in this case a star b is equal to a minus b, a equal to 1 and b equal to 2, so the result a star b is minus 1 is not in n. Hence minus is not binary operation on the set of natural numbers. So similarly, if you take star is equal to divided by, like division, as the set S is the set of natural numbers, then a star b will be a divided by b. So here, like if you take a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3, the a star b is 2 divided by 3, in other words 2 by 3, which is a fraction. So natural set of natural numbers do not contain fractions, Hence the divided by operation is not a binary operation on the set of natural numbers. Now let us see definition of semigroup. A non-empty set G satisfying these two conditions is called semigroup. The first condition is for any a comma b in G, a star b has to be in G. This is like closure law. This is called closure law. This is like binary operation only. The star is binary operation. So along with that we have to have associative law, that is a star b star c is equal to a star b star c. The set G satisfies these two conditions, then G is called semigroup with the operation star. So some examples we will see. So consider the set of natural numbers again with the operation plus. We already have seen that the set N is closed. Another way, plus is binary operation on N. That is like take any two elements in N. A plus B is also addition of those two elements is also in N. If you take three elements in N, say A, B, C in N, then A plus B plus C is again A plus B plus C. That satisfies in natural numbers. So here we have to understand that the meaning of this associative law with addition is that first you add B and C. The result, when if you add to A, the whole answer has to be same as if you add first A and B, and then the result if you add to C, that has to be same as the previous one. So with addition this happens for any set. So the set of natural numbers satisfies associative law with plus. Therefore set of natural numbers with addition, usual addition, is a semigroup. Now let us see another example. Now consider set of even natural numbers. This is 2n with the operation plus. So adding any two even numbers, natural numbers, is again natural number. Hence plus is a binary operation on set of natural numbers. Addition is associative again in this set. If you take two even numbers, add them, you will get again even number. That result will adding that result to A will be same as adding A and B and that to C. Hence the set of even natural numbers with plus is a semigroup. Now consider set of natural numbers with the operation multiplication. So already we have seen that if you multiply two natural numbers, the result will also be natural number. Hence N satisfies closure law with multiplication. Again, if you take any three natural numbers, so the result obtained by first multiplying B and C, and that result to multiplying by A will be same as A into B into C. So hence the set of natural numbers satisfy associative law with multiplication. So therefore the set of natural numbers with multiplication is a semigroup. Now let us see definition of monoid. A non-empty set of natural numbers. Now consider a set of even natural numbers with the operation multiplication. If you multiply two even natural numbers, we get result as again even natural number, and multiplication satisfies associative law. Hence the set of even natural numbers is semi-group with multiplication. Now we have seen that on the set of natural numbers, minus is not a binary operation, hence it doesn't satisfy closure law. So with the operation minus, the set of natural numbers is not a semi-group. Similarly, divided by is or division is not a binary operation on the set of natural numbers, hence with the division operator n is not a semi-group. Now let us see some definition of monoid. A non-empty set G satisfying these following three conditions is called monoid. The first condition is closure law, that is for any two elements in in G, A star B has to be in G. Associative law, that is A star B star C equal to A star B star C. The identity law, there exists an element E in G such that A star E equal to E star A equal to A. Here E is called identity element in G with the operation star. Here we have to note that a semi-group along with identity law is called monoid. That we can say in another way. So some examples we'll see. We already have seen that plus is a binary operation on n, and also we have seen that plus is semi-group. Only thing we have to see is if there is identity in n with the operation plus. So with plus E equal to 0 is identity. That is, like if you add 0 to any element, the answer will be that element only. Hence A star 0 is identity with plus, but 0 is not in n, hence n does not satisfy identity law with plus. So therefore n with plus is not a monoid. Now let us see the set of whole numbers W with plus operation plus. So adding any two whole numbers is again whole number, hence it satisfies closure law. Addition is associative on the set of whole numbers, therefore it satisfies associative law with addition. So 0 is identity with the operation plus, and also 0 belongs to W. So therefore W satisfies identity law. So since W satisfies all three laws, W with addition is a monoid. So here we have to note that set of natural numbers does not contain 0. Because of that it is not a monoid. So set of whole numbers contain 0, which is identity with plus, hence it is a monoid. Now consider the set of natural numbers with the operation multiplication. So n satisfies closure law and associative law. This we already have seen with the operation multiplication. Because of that, n is semi-group with multiplication. So with multiplication, the identity element is 1, because if you multiply by 1 with any element, we get that element again, that is a into 1 equal to 1 into a equal to a, for any a belongs to n. Hence n satisfy identity law with multiplication. So therefore n with multiplication operator is a monoid. Now let us see the definition of group. A non-empty set G satisfying the following conditions with the operation star is called a group. The first one is closure law, that is for any a comma b in G, a star b has to be in G. The second one is associative law, that is a star b star c equal to a star b star c. Third one is identity law, there exists an element E in G such that a star E equal to E star A is equal to A. Here E is called identity element in G with the operation star. The inverse law, for a given element A in G, there should exist A prime in G such that A star A prime is equal to A prime star A equal to identity. Here A star is called inverse of A with the operation star. Here we have to note that G is a monoid which satisfies inverse law, or G is a semi-group which satisfies identity law and inverse law. So a monoid is called group if it satisfies inverse law. So a semi-group is called group if it satisfies identity law and inverse law. Or simply, like if we don't want to use semi-group and monoid concepts, G is called group if it satisfies these 4 laws: closure law, associative law, identity law and inverse law. Now let us see some examples of group. So we already have seen that the set of whole numbers is a monoid because it satisfies closure law, associative law, identity law. However, for any element in A, W, if there is inverse A star A prime with the operation plus A prime equal to A prime plus A equal to 0. From this we get A prime is equal to minus A. So that minus A is inverse of A with the operation plus. So the inverse exists, but we have to see whether that inverse is in that set. If that is in that set, then the set satisfies inverse law with the operation plus. So now let us take A is equal to 2. So for A equal to 2, the inverse of A with operation plus will be minus 2. But this minus 2 is not in W. Since the set of whole numbers start with 0 and it goes with 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Hence, W does not satisfy inverse law with the operation plus. So therefore W plus is not a W with the operation plus is not a group. Now let us consider the set of integers with the operation addition. So the set of integers contain 0 natural numbers and negative natural numbers. Or like so now it satisfies closure law because adding any two integers will again be integer it satisfies associative law with the plus operation. So 0 is identity element with plus, it is in W as well as in Z, and Z satisfies identity law. Inverse law, for a given element A in Z, the A prime equal to minus A, that will also be in a set of integers. Hence Z satisfies inverse law with addition. Therefore Z is a group with addition. Now let us see some properties of group. So in a group, identity element is unique. In any group, identity element is unique. So let us prove that. So suppose there are two identity elements in the group, say E and E prime, they are in G. So since E is identity element, A star E equal to E star A equal to A for any A in G. Similarly, since E prime is identity element in G, A star E prime is equal to E prime star A is equal to A. In particular, in equation 1, if you take A equal to E prime, what we get? E prime star E is equal to E star E prime is equal to E prime. Now similarly, taking A is equal to E in equation 2, we get E prime, E star E prime is equal to E prime star E is equal to E. Now we from equation 3 and 4, E prime star E is equal to E prime star E equal to E. Since E prime star E and E prime star E are same in left side, E prime has to be E. So what this says is that if there are two identity elements in the group G, they have to be same. So that is like identity element in a group is unique. Now let us see another property. So uniqueness of inverse. If you have an element A in G, so its inverse has to be unique. So that's what it says, uniqueness. We take inverse of an element, so that inverse is unique. So if there are two inverses for A in that group, so what will happen? Let us see. Since X is inverse of A in that group, A star X equal to X star A equal to E. E is identity in the group. So that we already have seen that it is unique. Since Y is also inverse, A star Y equal to Y star A equal to identity. Now multiply by X on this equation from left side, that is X star A star Y equal to X star Y star A equal to X star E. Or instead of multiplication, we should say that operate from left side. Since G is group, it satisfies associative law with star. So therefore what happens, this X star A star Y equal to X star A star Y is equal to will not change center 1. Since E is identity element in group, X star E equal to X. Now from equation 5, we have X star A is equal to identity. So now substitute in place of X star A, identity. So that is like x star a equal to e. So this will give e star y is equal to, the center one we don't change, is equal to x. Since e star y is y, since e is identity, e star y is y. So y is equal to x. So we started with two inverse elements for A in G. So we ended up with the inverse elements happen to be same. So that is like if x and y are two inverse elements, so they have to be same, that is y equal to x. Hence the inverse element of inverse of an element in a group G has to be unique. Now let us see some simple example of a group. Now let us look at the set of elements 1, minus 1, I, minus I. So I is a complex number, that is the square root of minus 1, or I square is equal to minus 1. Let us see if this is a group with respect to operation multiplication. For checking that, what we do is we form a table. So in the table, what we do, in first row we put the elements in the set 1, minus 1, I, minus I. In the first column also 1, minus 1, I, minus I. So now what we do is we multiply with this element, all this element, and the result we put here. So that is 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 1 into I is I, 1 into minus I is minus I. Similarly, multiplying with minus 1, this whole row will give minus 1, 1, minus I, and multiplying by I with 1 is I, multiplying by I with minus 1 is minus I, multiplying by I with I is minus 1, multiplying by I with minus I is 1. Similarly, we get this last row. So we can see that multiplying every element with every other element, we get result here. So all elements after multiplying one element with other element, or all the results obtained by multiplication, are in this table, are again in this set. So that means like if you take any two elements in this set and multiply them, the result is again coming into this set. Hence this set G satisfy closure law with multiplication. So that is how we have to check for finite sets. What we have to do is the table we have to form and compute all possible multiplications, and check the result is again is coming out to be in that set. If that is not the case, like if the result in this table is at least some element is not in the set G, then the closure law fails. So that we have to keep in mind. So multiplication of complex numbers, since these are like again complex numbers, subset of complex numbers, since multiplication of complex numbers is associative, so this set also satisfy associative law with this operation. So with multiplication, one is identity element, so that identity element is also in this set, hence G satisfy identity law. Now let us see inverse law. Since 1 is identity element, now let us see 1 into 1 is again 1, so therefore inverse of 1 is 1. Now minus 1, you see that row, so where does 1 occur? Figure out the corresponding first element in that column, the first element that is minus 1. That is like minus 1 into minus 1 is again 1. So the inverse of minus 1 happens to be minus 1. The inverse of I, to figure out inverse of I, you look at the row containing I. The first element I, this one, in that where is the like 1 occurring? Here 1 is occurring. So the corresponding element is minus 1. So the inverse of minus I is minus I. So similarly, the inverse of minus I is again I. So the 1 is occurring here, and top that I is there. I into minus I is 1. So inverse of minus I is I, or inverse of I is minus I. So every element, inverse of every element exists, and also those inverse elements 1, minus 1, I, minus I, all of them are in this set G. Hence G satisfy inverse law with multiplication. With this, let us stop here. Thank you.